Sir, this is Hassan from the Asian Age. I have a question I wanted to ask was, is there going to be diesel and petrol both variants for this car or only diesel? Considering diesel, fuel prices are rising and the demand for diesel cars are increasing these days. So, I mean,
Uh, as of today, we are there with the diesel, but we also have capability and we have gasoline engine, as Pawan said, between us and SAM and by SYMC Sangyong, we are capable of bringing in a gasoline version as well, if needed.
I think this is an important answer related also to something Pawan mentioned in terms of Sangyong, in answer to the platform question. You have to look at us now as a global company, not just in the markets we serve, but in the products we have in our library today. So Sangyong, you have to understand, substantially improves our library of assets, a library of aggregates, engineering aggregates that we have. So somebody yesterday asked me about a gasoline strategy, and I think Rajan has already alluded to the fact that the investment in Sangyong substantially makes our options far more robust. And even on platforms, when you talk about platforms, think Sangyong allied to Mahindra when you look at what our platform strategy could possibly be.
Yeah. Hi, this is Ketan from Economic Times.
This is now we've got multitasking photographers. Huh? This is one question I'm not going to answer, so Rajay.
No, we frankly haven't thought of that.
So you mentioned about Sangyong. Now, this project has been under works over the last 4 years. And like most of the market, even I was expecting a 12 to 14 lakh category of a product, or maybe going upwards.
A little louder.
Yeah, like most of the market, even I was expecting a little more pricier product. This is a project that has been going on for the last 4 years. Did the positioning with Sangyong made you go a little towards a Scorpio side rather than on a premium side? I mean, was there a change in the pricing strategy post the Sangyong came in? Because you are going to introduce Sangyong products also into the market. So, first the positioning, how it is going to be, and did that change your pricing strategy?
Certainly not in India. As we have decided the price here in India, it is purely based on where we run it, irrespective of whether Sangyong was fold or not. When we look at overseas pricing, there may be some effect where both Sangyong and Mahindra have a strong position. But right now we have not reached that point where we have decided. In fact, the South Africa price will get decided on the flight tonight. So we don't even know right now what the South Africa price will be. And Sangyong doesn't have very strong presence there. So that will be again independent pricing. But when we go to some other markets where Sangyong is there, we will take a look to see how the product range of Mahindra Sangyong together get positioned and how we price it.
Let me just again reinforce something Pawan said, that the pricing here is in my mind a real demonstrator of the manner in which the RISE philosophy has taken hold of the entire automotive sector and indeed the group. It's not simply an advertising tagline. So if you look at the brand pillars of RISE, they are about alternative thinking. They're about accepting no limits. And most importantly, they're about driving positive change. And these gentlemen here thought long and hard about what does it mean to drive positive change when you come out with a vehicle that means so much in terms of lifestyle. What will give us all a very strong feeling of contentment is when many more people look at this, and earlier they would have said 14, 15 lakhs, 16 lakhs, who knows when. But as Pawan said, there are many, many people here who will be able to stretch to buy this. And many more young people will say, with a little harder work, little more hard work, I could afford this car. To me, that's driving positive change. And I think that's what drove this pricing, not any desire to squeeze it in between Sangyong.
Good morning, Sumantra here from Autocar Professional. My question is again related to the platform strategy. This vehicle is the first monocoque body from Mahindra's. Going forward, would majority or would you look at more monocoque style vehicles? And as far as XUV500 is concerned, given this positioning, would you look at say other body types like say pickups or crossovers on this platform? Thank you.
Yeah.
So Sumantra, as I said to Swati earlier, that since we have a platform, a monocoque platform, we will definitely be exploiting this platform further for more variants, along with SYMC also, their product needs. So this is really going to be the key starting point for developing new products. And this definitely is something that we've been looking forward to for quite some time. You know, our ability to create a platform. With that comes the economies of scale. With that comes the proven design and tested systems. You don't need to spend money on that all over again. So it really enhances and increases the competitiveness of the organization, and we will definitely be moving forward on this.
Roma, how much time do we have? We have to leave when? Sorry? So we have time for some more questions? Okay.
Hi, this is Alka from the business line. Your exports, what are they as of today, and how much do you expect this new vehicle to boost your export volumes?
Currently, we export, I can just talk about the past, we export around 2,000, 2,500 vehicles. Surely, earlier this month, as I mentioned earlier, with the launch of Genio pickups, which are specifically developed, they have a different drivelines as compared to what we market in the domestic market. So with the addition of that and with the launch of XUV500, we have very high expectations in terms of increasing our volume. I'll be refrained from giving any specific number.
That's 2,500 per month.
Per month.
Yeah.
Could you give me a percentage of, in terms of percentage exports?
Currently, as of end of August, it would represent around 5%.
So this is
That 5% sounds low. It's no fault of Praveen's. It's just that the crew over here does such a great job of growing sales despite a depressed market that Praveen is always catching up.
So this is Hamsani.
Where are you?
Hi, this is Karthik from Wiki.in.
I think let's go back to the ladies first protocol. Yeah.
Thanks a lot for that, sir. This is Hamsani. I'm from ET now. I have a question regarding pricing. A lot of collaboration as far as technical specifications are concerned has been taken in from Europe. So how much of really local content is in the car at this point in time?
Local content, price, local content. See, right now we are part of the global world. So like erstwhile periods where there were restrictions on the global content and one couldn't afford it. Fortunately, today global sourcing is a very, very key important requirement in terms of being competitive as well as technology requirements. Therefore, we have sourced quite a few parts globally, either directly or our tier ones have sourced them. So roughly I would, right now I would put it at about 10%.
And the remaining is
Remaining is all local, made here, and that too is something with over a period of time. As the numbers grow up, the tier ones would start localizing that in India very soon.
Hi, sir. This is I'm just very delighted that we've come to the point where an Indian manufacturer is asked, what is your local content? That's a very interesting phase to come to. Everybody would have presumed 10 years ago, Mahindra hai, Tata hai, to sari locally cheezein hongi yahan. I think it's an interesting question, and I'm very glad. This is a global SUV. Rajan goes where he gets the best price, the best quality. There is no stipulation of local content. You're a global company. It's a good question.
Hi, sir. This is Rodra from Business Line. What is the investment that has gone beyond this product? And you talked about SsangYong. So will you use the SsangYong network for your export markets as well? And if so, I mean, where you don't have...
Pawan already mentioned in his presentation it's 650 crores, not counting the powertrain as well as the fixed capacity. I'll ask Praveen to answer the second question. Can you repeat it for him?
Yeah, will you use the SsangYong network for your export markets where Mahindra does not have a network at the moment?
The straight answer is yes. But which market, we are in the process of defining how should we go about. It's not only one way that we will use SsangYong network for our products. It's also going to work for Mahindra network because we also have some prominence in some of the markets which we will offer that for selling the SsangYong products. So it's at the stage where the discussions and the modalities are being worked out.
So does that also mean that in those markets, this might be branded as a SsangYong product? Because you don't have a Mahindra.
Branded as SsangYong.
So right now in South Africa, for example, it is going to carry the same badge, which is Mahindra XUV500. In various other markets, the branding strategy will evolve as we look at the market. One has to look at registrability and various other issues when we look at a brand name specific to a market. So there is no specific closure on what will be a branding approach in a market right now. For example, in some markets we may not even carry a XUV500. So we are open to the branding approaches yet in markets which we haven't got into. There's no specific discussion on SsangYong. I'm talking about the approach on XUV500.
Sir, Manish, just wanted to add to what Rajesh said to the question. Frankly, good question, and the honest answer is that whole global branding, positioning and strategy is a work in process. And frankly, I think it's a very exciting opportunity, but we are working on it. That's the honest answer.
Sir, it's Manish Upadhyay from Naidanya Indore. Sir, your left side. Sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, yesterday, very passionately, you defined the Mahindra.
Just repeat that, I couldn't hear it.
Sir, I am here.
Yeah, no, but just repeat the question.
Yeah, yesterday you told that you defined the Mahindra and Mahindra milestone and milestone. You said yesterday that every launch is the platform for another launch. Would you like to disclose what or the next plans you have in your portfolio? And for the future launch, what is your platform?
You treat that as my teaser advertisement.
Can we expect the stripped down variants of this product, or you will stick to the premium brand, at least when you go to the tier 2 markets in India?
Stripped down?
Stripped down variants like
you get this price any low, हमको नंगा करा देंगे आप.
Okay, so the orders have come from Roma. We cannot go on. I just want to do the final reminder to everybody that it is not XUV500, not 500. It is XUV500, written as 500. That's also important. It's not written as 500.
Excuse me.
So we want to confuse you all, and we specialize in that with SsangYong name that came out. Nobody knew how to say it, how to spell it. So that we got right. Now it is XUV500.
Mr. Goenka, one question please, last.